There was a man named James. He was a soldier, a protector, a man who once stood strong. But life doesn't always show mercy. And when James Carter came home from war, he returned to a different kind of battlefield. He lost his home, he lost his peace, and little by little, he began losing himself. Every night, James slept alone on cold concrete, wrapped in a blanket that couldn't protect him from the memories he was running from. The world passed him by. People looked, but didn't see him. And each morning, James woke up to the same question: why am I still here? But trauma doesn't always break you. Sometimes it leads you somewhere. One day, under a bridge, James noticed another veteran, shaking, terrified, drowning in a panic attack James knew all too well. So he did what soldiers do. He knelt beside him and stayed until the storm passed. What James didn't know was that someone filmed the entire moment. While James believed no one cared, the world was watching. That simple act of kindness, one broken man helping another, spread like wildfire. Phones buzzed, newsrooms reacted, strangers cried in coffee shops as the internet echoed one message: find this man. And when they did, James told the world the truth. Nobody understands a soldier like another soldier. The interview went viral. Donations poured in. People showed up, not with judgment, but with gratitude. And James, he didn't keep it for himself. He built something with it. A support hub, a safe space, a mission. He gathered volunteers, packed bags of hope, and walked the same streets that once ignored him, this time with purpose. Veterans began showing up. Broken voices found courage. Healing circles grew. Lives began to change. And slowly, so did James. Flashbacks still came. Nightmares still visited. But now he wasn't fighting alone. He opened a small office, just a room with a desk, a chair, and a hand-painted sign: Second Chance Veterans Foundation. What started under a bridge became a movement. From street corners to community halls, from whispered conversations to crowds of thousands, James stood not as a man defeated, but as a man reborn through service. And in one of the most emotional moments of his journey, James placed his dog tag on the grave of a fallen brother, whispering, "I kept my promise." Because he finally understood. His purpose wasn't behind him, it was in front of him, in every veteran who needed a hand to rise again. Today, people gather for the grand opening of the Second Chance Veterans National Headquarters. And as James steps onto the stage, a crowd erupts, not for a hero, but for a man who turned pain into power, darkness into direction, and PTSD into purpose. James Carter lost everything until he found a mission, and now that mission is saving lives. Sometimes the greatest warriors are the ones who stand back up after the battle is over.